viewers of my videos are well aware that filming the police is not a crime. Despite the fact that this is a well-known clause with several judicial precedents, cops continue to violate individuals' First Amendment-protected freedom to film the police. The Arizona House Appropriations Committee approved a bill last month that would make filming the police on the job illegal, putting First Amendment rights in jeopardy. The Senate approved it earlier this month. It now goes to Governor Doug Ducey's desk, where it will be signed into law. The legislation's principal proponent is Republican Representative John Kavanaugh, a former police officer. It is illegal for a person to knowingly make a video recording of police enforcement action, including the handling of an emotionally disturbed person, if the person does not have the authorization of the law enforcement officer and is within 8 feet of the cop, according to the bill. Kavanaugh originally called for a 15-foot radius, but after many objections, he changed his mind. However, for many, this is still a step too far. According to Valera Voce, the statute also classifies illicit video recording of police enforcement activities as a minor offense unless the offender ignores a verbal warning or has been previously convicted of a violation, in which case the offense is a Class 3 misdemeanor. A Class 3 misdemeanor has a minimum sentence of 30 days in jail. Finally, the bill expressly states that it does not provide a right to make a video recording of a law enforcement officer, and does not enable any person to make a video recording of a law enforcement officer. Thinking about that for a second is insane. The footage that resulted to the officer's criminal conviction for killing George Floyd would constitute a crime in and of itself. And that doesn't make any sense, Attorney Dan Barr told Fox 10. During a Senate Judiciary Committee meeting last week, Timothy Sparling, a lawyer and legislative advocate with Arizona Attorneys for Criminal Justice, said, "We believe that this bill stacks the deck against the public right to check on police officer wrongdoing." Sparling stated that the bill leaves much too much to the office's discretion. When cops have so broad discretion to judge what is legitimate or unlawful action on the ground, and that discretion is not properly defined, Sparling said, it's ultimately up to whatever the officer wants it to be. It certainly is, and this is a perilous thought. According to Reason, T. Greg Doucette, an attorney who specializes in criminal defense and free speech law, wonders, can you be prosecuted for standing motionless while wearing a GoPro under this statute? It appears that the answer is yes, which would be in violation of the First Amendment, because standing does not interfere with an officer's duty. These kinds of measures certainly chill speech, according to Doucette. It will give cops the authority to say, if you don't stop, I'm going to arrest you. Even if many of those arrests will be rejected as First Amendment violations, you'll have a bunch of individuals who pled guilty to avoid going to trial or go bankrupt trying to defend their rights. Those who break the Arizona bill, which passed 7-5 along party lines, would face a 30-day prison sentence if they refused to stop filming when an officer demanded it. Furthermore, Barr claims that there are already regulations in place to prevent such issues, such as being detained for interfering with an officer, and he is correct. Interfering with police investigations is already unlawful. Interference with cops by yelling at them or heckling them as they do their work might be regarded as interfering, and if it reaches a point where the office's safety is jeopardized, it should probably not be condoned. George Floyd, Eric Garner, Alton Sterling, Alexander Gonzalez, Walter Scott, and a slew of others had one thing in common. Their last moments alive were documented on cell phone footage as they were killed by police. These films, and others like them, resulted in charges being filed against individuals involved, with some of them resulting in the long-term imprisonment of killer cops. These films not only led to charges against cops, but they also demonstrated to the rest of the world the reality of police encounters and how the use of excessive force can and will end in the death of persons convicted of minor offenses. Without citizen video, the country would remain in the dark regarding the nature of police violence in the land of the free, and laws like this one could lead to a return to that darkness. The real issue is that much of America's law enforcement has always disliked public accountability and has constantly opposed legislation that makes it easier to hold them accountable. Cops will do everything in their power to ensure you can't see what they don't want you to see, even if it happens in public settings and directly impacts you. From keeping body camera footage hidden to adopting ordinances like this one, this rule will almost certainly be used by cops to further oppress anyone who try to exercise their right to video and hold cops responsible. It's a disgrace, and it ought to be repealed right away.